Mm. Okay, so I went through like Unsplash and had a look at like foxes because I felt that the tail wasn't right, and I was correct about that. They are fluffy, but they're also, they have like a thin root, and then they're like very fluffy. Is the sense that I'm getting, and so I was wondering like, where did this idea of like a very kind of luxuriously fluffy end come from? And it's Xianxia, and like other fantasy Shuanghuan media. And like, yeah, because I'm not actually drawing foxes, I'm drawing fox spirits, Huli Jing. I'm not even trying the tones for that. Yeah, so that's where it came from, and I'm kind of stuck now, wondering if I should not do a foxtail. I don't really, I don't really know what to do. I'm thinking thoughts. I'm thinking maybe like a distant mountain range, but I don't know if that works because even if it is a mountain, it would need to be like a wooded one, and you know, this and that and back and forth, and I don't really know what I'm doing. But yeah, I think more nature scene for the front cover. I do love when things just fall into place. Kind of. So, an earlier example of a mountain in China was Jade Dragon Snow Mountain, which would be Yulong Shuishan. And obviously, flowery names do tend to come up. That one, of course, has Shui in it, which led me to this. This might be a good name for our heroine's mountain. If I did that, it would probably be more mountain range that I'm looking at for this particular design, where each clan has, you know, its own territory, its own mountain. I think I could maybe do that. I think I could maybe work with that. We'll see. I don't want to commit just yet, but I think it's doable. This part of the process comes to us with some help from Nightastic. This is a really old badge, and I don't know if she still makes them, but she has lots of other great badges and stickers. I have found mountains with everything but Feng in the title, which, to be fair, just like instinctively feels very awkward to me. So these are some possible designs for like the front page. I don't know what it was I was aiming for here. I thought a gap in the trees, but I don't know how to draw like anything that could be interesting there. I don't really want to do the house because that feels more tackling like the main thread of the story than the foxes. But I also don't know how to draw trees that look further back. I don't know how to give depth in that way, but I do actually quite like the trees. Very decent for just scribbles. I'm going to have to ask you to excuse the crumb, but there was a little bit of red. I think it might have come off the pencil, and then I wiped it away, but that was actually really, the pop of colour was magnificent. Tell me though, does this not look like that first drawing that I did of like the clearing where the woman was? So these are all of the covers that I have, and I like this one the best, but that feels like cover to the actual game, not like a Zine thing. Same with this. I know I fucked up the tree. I know it doesn't look like a tree, but the idea of like watercolor-ish style. This is a scroll. It looks terrible, I know, but I could use that for another character design. And I don't know why I tried the sword, because that's really not what we're doing here. But yeah, I don't know. None of these feel good for like the one sign that I've decided to do. Okay, so brilliant idea that just came to me. Taiwan exists. Taiwan has mountains, so I checked that Wikipedia page, and there is one with fung in the title. However, it's not fung as in wind, and so I think we just kind of have to cross that idea out entirely. I have been doing a little something else that I will show you in a bit, but I'm not saying we can't pull it back. I'm just saying this is not currently working. So real funny, when I first filmed this, I was like, I have to tell you, I fucked up. And I didn't realise I was recording with this on. So it was coming through this microphone, which is shite. So yes, we've already made some changes from that original clip. You will have to bear with me. So this is the draft. I do still have the paper here, and I copied the numbering down, but I don't know if I'm going to have another piece of paper to hand, so I didn't want to do it on the thing. We have kind of a draft. Okay, so this is not what I promised you, and I'm very much aware of that, but I kind of have something here in a way that I don't with the foxes, and that is, we have a decent chance of drawing like man from behind. I know that one's kind of awful, but this is kind of decent, right? I however did mess up a little bit with the rest of it. So I think on like the interior page 1, name and age and like occupation is a good first page. Then it should have been this, which is like his purpose in the narrative, just like a little synopsis, a little description of who he is. And then this should have been page 4, which is his main weapon is a sword, and then 2 other possible equipable weapons. Then it should be like items and then contacts in this area. And that's more than I have for anyone else. It leaves me with like one more page that I need to fill out, and then just the back of it, which I could leave blank, and which I don't want to leave blank, because that just feels a bit like a cop-out. But yeah, at close of month, I basically have a draft to work from, and I think it's a pretty decent place to end the month. I wish I had more, but it is what it is.